Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. It seems that General Hospital has once again left fans spinning with speculation, and one of the hottest questions in the community right now revolves around Nathan West, his supposed death, and the eerie possibility that his body has been taken over by someone else. The soap has never shied away from resurrecting characters, reimagining identities, or tying present-day mysteries to villains from the past. And that brings us to a theory that's gaining momentum. Could Nathan's body be controlled by Caesar Faison, his sinister father, or perhaps by his half-brother Peter August? Both men carry legacies of manipulation, obsession, and dangerous experimentation. But which one has the greater chance of being involved in this shocking possibility? The idea of Nathan's body not truly resting has haunted fans since his tragic death. When a soap opera kills off a character, especially one as beloved as Nathan, there is always a door left open. Sometimes that door is medical, a secret surgery, an experimental drug, a miraculous recovery. Other times the writers dive into something darker, stolen bodies, sinister resurrections, and psychological games that blur the line between life and death. In the world of Port Charles, the impossible is often possible, and that's exactly what makes the question of Nathan's body so intriguing. If someone has managed to hijack his physical form, we're talking about a storyline that would connect multiple generations of villains and bring emotional chaos to Maxie, Anna, Liesel, and nearly everyone else connected to the Cassadine and Faison legacies. Let's start with Caesar Faison. He has been dead for years, but dead rarely means gone on this show. Faison was notorious for planning ahead, leaving behind traps, recordings, and elaborate schemes meant to activate even after his death. If anyone could have orchestrated a scenario where his own mind or essence would take over someone else's body, it would be him. He dabbled in technology, in manipulation, and in twisted psychological warfare. Imagine the horror if Faison had found a way to preserve himself and use Nathan, his own son, as the ultimate host. The cruel irony of forcing Nathan's loved ones to interact with his body, only to realize that the soul behind those eyes belongs to Faison, would be a torment that matches Faison's long history of sadism. Liesel Albrecht would be shattered, Maxie would be destroyed, and Anna would once again feel responsible for not finishing Faison's legacy when she had the chance. On the other hand, Peter August presents a far more current and perhaps more realistic option. Peter has cheated death more than once, always finding ways to slither out of the traps set for him. He has manipulated science, resources, and allies to stay alive when the odds were stacked against him. If he were to hijack Nathan's body, it wouldn't just be about survival. It would be about control. Peter has always resented Nathan. Despite being half-brothers, Nathan represented everything Peter wasn't: stability, loyalty, love, and the kind of connection to Maxie that Peter could never fully have. Taking over Nathan's body would be the ultimate power move for Peter. It would allow him to rewrite history, to step into the life he always wanted but could never achieve as himself. It's sinister, it's manipulative, and it's the kind of twisted revenge Peter would absolutely crave. Now, when you weigh Faison against Peter, the motivations are different but equally strong. Faison would do it out of sheer cruelty and strategy, wanting to leave behind the ultimate mark on Port Charles by robbing everyone of closure. Peter, on the other hand, would do it out of obsession, envy, and desperation to claim the life he feels was stolen from him. Both of them have ties to advanced medical experimentation through different networks, Faison through his espionage contacts and shadowy allies, and Peter through his access to rogue scientists and his manipulation of the WSB's leftovers. Both men also have the narrative weight to drive a story like this for months, if not years. Fans have long debated whether Nathan's death was ever truly permanent. The writers gave him a heroic exit, but that doesn't mean there weren't plans to revisit it down the road. With soaps, timing is everything. Sometimes a character must disappear for years before the perfect storyline emerges to bring them back. The possibility of Nathan's body being alive but controlled opens the door for a chilling twist that would shock Maxie and the entire canvas. Imagine Maxie sensing something strange in the way Nathan behaves, subtle gestures that don't match the man she knew. At first, she would cling to the hope that Nathan has somehow returned to her. Slowly, though, She would realize the truth, that her husband's body is being used as a puppet by a monster. If it's Faison, then every interaction would be dripping with menace. Faison using Nathan's face to torment Maxie, perhaps even pretending to care, only to reveal that he delights in her suffering, would be classic Faison. It would also tie into Anna's guilt, forcing her to once again confront the shadow of her greatest adversary. The audience would be left holding its breath, wondering whether the real Nathan still exists somewhere inside, fighting to break free. Could Nathan's soul or consciousness battle against his father's? Could there be a war within the body itself, a fight between father and son that plays out on a psychological level while Port Charles watches in horror? If it's Peter, the story shifts into obsession and manipulation. Peter has always been obsessed with Maxie, always trying to prove himself, always trying to claim a place in her life. Taking Nathan's body would allow him to step into the role of husband and father in a way that is terrifyingly invasive. It wouldn't just be about power, it would be about desire. Peter would relish the idea that Maxie might let her guard down, believing she has Nathan back, only to later realize the cruel truth. That betrayal would devastate her more than almost anything else, and Peter knows it. He thrives on that emotional control, and in this scenario, fans are asking is whether the writers would ever dare go this far. Soap operas are built on shocking reveals, and General Hospital has already explored themes of body swaps, brainwashing, and long-lost twins. This would be an evolution of those tropes. Instead of a twin reveal, it's a takeover. Instead of a look-alike, it's a stolen identity in the most literal sense, and it would create endless ripple effects across the canvas. Liesl Albrecht would be crushed between joy and horror, elated to see Nathan's face again, but shattered by the reality of who is inside. Nina, who always longed for a connection with her brother, would be pulled into the chaos as well. And Maxie would be forced to endure the most painful emotional manipulation imaginable, caught between her love for Nathan and her hatred for those who stole him from her. The scientific plausibility is another angle fans love to speculate on. Faison was a master manipulator, but he wasn't known as a scientist. However, he had connections, and he had the resources to put plans into motion. If he arranged for his mind to be preserved, uploaded, or transplanted, it would fit perfectly with his character's long history of elaborate planning. Peter, meanwhile, has a track record of aligning himself with shady doctors and experimenting with dangerous science when it benefits him. Either man could pull this off with the right partner in crime. The real question is which one has the stronger narrative reason to be driving the story now. Let's not forget that soaps thrive on generational drama. Nathan, Faison, and Peter all connect multiple characters and families. Bringing back Nathan's body as a host for Faison or Peter would reignite old rivalries, force Anna back into action, and put Maxie in the center of a storyline that would test her resilience once again. It would also give fans a shocking twist that few could predict, revitalizing the narrative with something bold and risky. Some fans might argue it's too dark, but General Hospital has never shied away from pushing the boundaries of drama. Another layer to consider is the question of redemption. Nathan was the heart of redemption for Liesl Albrecht. His love, his goodness, was the one thing that softened her edges. If Faison or Peter stole his body, it would feel like an attack on that redemption itself, a reversal of everything Nathan represented. Liesl would be thrown into emotional chaos, torn between wanting to save her son's body and wanting to destroy the monster inside. That kind of conflict is exactly the kind of high-stakes drama that drives long-term storytelling on soaps. And then there's the potential for a shocking twist within a twist. What if the writers led us to believe it's Faison, only to later reveal it's Peter? Or vice versa? That kind of layered reveal would keep fans hooked for months, sparking endless debates online and ensuring that General Hospital dominates conversations across the soap opera community. Fans love to guess, but they also love to be surprised, and this storyline has the potential to deliver both. At the end of the day, whether it's Caesar Faison or Peter August, the idea of Nathan's body being taken over taps into everything that makes soaps compelling: love, betrayal, legacy, and the constant battle between good and evil. It's haunting, it's heartbreaking, and it's exactly the kind of story that would leave fans tuning in every day just to see what happens next. The choice between Faison and Peter isn't just about which villain is more believable, It's about which story delivers the most emotional devastation and the most dramatic payoff. And in that sense, either path is ripe with potential, ensuring that General Hospital continues to shock, entertain, and keep fans on the edge of their seats. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for all of your updates.